Let's all stand for our prayer. Amen. Good morning, class. Okay, let's check your attendance. Are all present today? Okay, very good. And now, where is teacher Rene?
So now, I have here a 4 picks 1 word. What you're going to do is to guess what is in the picture. So who wants to answer number 1? Very good. Number 1 is about a cat. How about the picture number 2? Very good, it is a dog. Number 2 is all about a dog. So now I have here a story. What you're going to do is to listen.
This is the story of the Lion and the Mouse. Once upon a time, in a faraway jungle, a lion lay resting with his head on his paws. The lion had been busy all day, and now he was quite tired. As he closed his eyes, the lion heard a small scratching sound. He looked around, but he did not see anything, so closing his eyes, he lay his head back down. A moment later, he heard another scratching sound, closer this time. Again, the lion lifted his head and looked around, and again he saw nothing. I must have imagined it, the lion thought, and letting out a mighty yawn, he closed his eyes. The lion was nearly asleep when he felt something brush against his paw. This time, when he opened his eyes, he saw it, a tiny mouse trying to sneak past him. Quick as a cat, the lion clamped his paw over the mouse.
How dare you wake me from my sleep? Now I shall eat you up.
He roared.
Oh, great lion!
The mouse said.
I did not mean to disturb you. Truly, I was only trying to make it to the other side of the wood. Please, let me live, and one day perhaps I can return the favor.
At that, the lion let out a laugh.
You help me? How could such a small mouse as yourself ever hope to help such a great lion?
The mouse shook her head.
I do not know. But there may come a time when you do need my help, and when that day comes, I will be here.
The lion studied the mouse. Small as she was quite brave. Finally, the lion nodded.
Very well, mouse. I am too tired to eat you anyway. Go on.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
The mouse squeaked as she scurried away. Months passed, and the lion did not see or think of the mouse again. Then one day, as he was making his way toward the waterhole, the lion stepped in a trap. The net sprung up around him, tying him tight.
Help! Is there anyone who can help? I'm stuck!
The lion wriggled around, but only got himself more tangled. There was no way out. He looked around in fear, wondering who had set the trap. Then from the bushes, he heard a small scratching sound.
Who's there?
The lion called nervously. Out of the bush came the little mouse.
Ah, mighty lion! I see you are stuck. Fear not. I promise to help, and help I will.
The mouse said. Scurrying over to the lion, the mouse began gnawing on the net. One strand at a time broke, until at last the lion was free. The lion let out a roar, happy to be free. Then he looked down at the mouse.
Thank you, small mouse. You promised to help should ever I need it, and now you have kept your word. I shall not forget it,
he said. Lion had learned that the small can help the big, and the weak can help the strong. And he carried that lesson with him for the rest of his days. The end.
Short story. A short story is a piece of prose fiction that typically can be read in one sitting and focuses on a self-contained incident or series of the linked incidents with the intent of evoking a single effect or mode. Okay, class, to know more about
morning, class. We will about to discuss the story elements. First is the setting. So what is setting? Setting is where and when is the story set. Setting represents both the physical location, like school, jungle, city, desert, but also the time, past, present, daytime, summer, and winter. Conditions in which the character exists. So setting is the most important story elements. So class, based on our story, what is the setting? Very good. In the jungle, it happened on daytime. Let's proceed to the second one. Character. What is character? A person or animal or really anything personified. There can be one main character or many. And often, there are secondary characters but not always. So character, the most important in the story elements. Character can be people, animals, or creatures. Based on our story, who are the characters? Very good, the lion and the mouse. Let's proceed to the third one. Plot. What is plot? The plot consists of the events that happen in the story. In a plot, you typically find an introduction, rising action, and resolution. So a plot, a series of causes and effects which shape the story as a whole. Based on our story, a tiny mouse accidentally disturbs a lion from his rest. To the mouse's surprise and delight, the lion decides to let her go free. Later, when the lion is caught in the net, the mouse nibbles through the roof and returning the favor, sets the lion free. Now, let's proceed the fourth and the last one. Conflict. What is conflict? Every story must have a conflict, a challenge, or a problem around which the plot is based. Without conflict, the story will have no purpose or trajectory. So conflict happens when characters are against each other. So based in our story, the very small field mouse has many enemies wanting to eat him, but his largest enemy is the lion. At a strategic point in the story, the lion catches the mouse, but the lion decides he is not very hungry. An impulse, the lion sets the mouse free. So, these essential elements, the story running smoothly and allow the action to develop in a logical way that we can follow. So class, based on our story, the moral of our story, love and kindness are never wasted. You can accomplish by kindness, which you cannot by force. So class, love and be kind always.
And now you are already know what is a short story and the elements of it. So now I will divide you into 4 groups. This will be the group 1, the group 2, the group 3, and the group 4. So inside the envelope is the materials. What you're going to do is to create a concept map based on the short story. So I will give you 10 minutes to do the task. But before that, here is the rubric, the presentation, the correctness, and the cooperation. Now, if you really know our topic for today, who can give their own definition about the setting? Very good. Setting is all about the place where the story happens. So, who can give me a character based on a short story? Very good. The character in a short story are the lion and the rat. So now, we're going to proceed. We're going to play a word hunting with the same group. All you have to do is to search a word inside the box. I will give you a clue and you're going to look on it. So I will give you 5 minutes to do your task. For your quiz, get out a 1/4 sheet of paper and answer the following. And for your assignment, create a concept map about the 3 little pigs.
Let us all stand. Goodbye!